we need to talk about Pokemon's modern day character designs because Pokemon has been introducing a lot of interesting new characters recently. So of course, Pokemon Legends ZA introduces many new characters, and a lot of these characters have very good aesthetic sense. Their designs are top notch, and this makes sense because of course, Lumio City is based off of Paris. Paris is known for these kinds of things, their aesthetic, their fashion sense, and even in X and Y, that's the reason why character customization was introduced in those games, because they knew that fashion was a big part of France, and of course, Paris. And so it makes sense that in Legends ZA, these characters are designed the way they are. But Canari over here is straight bait. Like, this is crazy. They actually made like a heavily internet bait character. There's a certain word I want to use, but I can't use it right here. But even without mentioning the word, just by showing the picture of her superfan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, breaking it down, Canari is a gamer and a streamer. She's got a very energetic and entertaining personality, and sometimes it's not flirtatious, but she knows she's hot stuff in the community and the world that she's in. And so she plays off of that, and you know, hey man, I don't know how to put this in a good way, but like, she knows people simp for her, and she's like, she enjoys the attention a little bit. She's just playing around, but at the end of the day, she mainly cares about gaming. She's a gamer at heart. Even when she loses, she's cursing and swearing and everything. It just comes out of her mouth like a true gamer. Her grandpa actually cares more about her fans than she does. She just wants the game. That's all she really cares about until we enter the scene and we beat her in battle, and then she cares more about battling. This is actually different from Iono. Iono is obviously what inspired Canari, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But Iono is a streamer who really cares about her fans, and she does it for streaming, it seems like. Whereas Canari does it for the love of gaming. It's actually different. But no matter how you break it down, it is crazy that we've had two back-to-back female electric type streamers. Like, it's kind of insane. I do think that Iono's popularity was so crazy that they're like, yo, we need to amp this up to the next level, because Iono wasn't just popular in terms of the video games. She was popular across Pokemon. Her merch sells really, really well, and her trading card is insane value. There was a set called Paldean Fates that was only really valuable because her full art card was in this set. That's the only reason why that set was even good. That card was absolutely insane value for the time. It's crazy how much she just sells. She just sells so well. And so of course, with Canari, they knew if they took it to the next level, things would sell even crazier. Now, I will say that I don't think Iono or Canari are offensive in any way, but to compare the two, Canari is a lot more offensive than Iono, if that makes any sense. And I'm not just talking in terms of design, I'm also talking in terms of personality. The way Canari appeals to her fans and her stream and us as the audience is totally different from the way Iono does. Canari's always winking at the screen, and across all of Lumios and who knows all of Kalos, she's got simps all over. I know they're fans, but like the way Naveen, Gwen, and the guy go after it, their super fan, it's like they're all simps. Naveen, I know, is talked about pretty often, but the way Gwen goes, she's also really enamored by Canari. It's really, really funny. But I personally feel like within the game, there was too much of a push for Canari. Like, we had so many good characters and so many good character designs that I didn't think Canari needed to be this overall focus. We already had the side mission or the collect quest with all the screws that lead to Canari plushes. And that was already a lot, but then they kept putting battle after battle after battle with Canari when I didn't even get to battle some of these people twice, right? I would have liked to battle Tarragon again, but no. Tarragon, for some reason, out of commission after this, I guess. He's too busy actually appealing to Canari's fans, while Canari is too busy getting better at battling. But it doesn't matter, like Pokemon and Game Freak have done their job. Canari is gonna sell so crazily well in terms of merch, in terms of her card. That card is gonna run so much money. The sleeves for her, the card box, whatever, it's going to be insane. This is Iono on legit steroids. But the crazy thing is, Iono wasn't even the first streamer character that we got. Technically, we ran 3 generations straight of streamers, because Raihan was the first internet celebrity that we really know of from Pokemon. Raihan was also very well received as a character. However, with Raihan, he had this whole thing with Leon being second fiddle to him, so maybe he was overshadowed like that. Or it could be as simple as, well, this is mainly a male dominant franchise still. It's just the reality of things. And so having a male streamer character versus a female streamer character, well, the overall fan reception is going to lead in favor of the female streamer character. But that's not to say that Raihan doesn't have his following. He definitely had a strong following back in the day. People just have forgotten because Iono's was so popular. And now, similar to what happened to Raihan, I think the same thing is going to happen to Iono, and Canari is going to take over from here. I personally hope that we don't get a streamer character every generation. That might be a little too much, especially as gym leaders or notable trainers that we battle. But we'll see. It is cool that they're leaning into more modern day occupations and just internet culture in general, because there is that level of relatability as things go on. I'm sure a lot of fans, a lot of people who are playing these games, even the ones who are watching this video right now, can relate, whether you are a content creator yourself or whether you are a fan of a content creator. You see this and, you know, it brings a lot of smiles, a lot of joy, a lot of laughter, because it's just fun. And so I think maybe also their occupation might be what make them popular as well. It's definitely not all of it, because the designs speak for themselves, but the occupation and the jokes that you can play around with it, the personality you can bring with it, definitely help with modern day Pokemon designs. It definitely plays a part, because the design isn't just the overall aesthetic or the vibe or the look, it's also a matter as to how the character itself is cultivated, what they bring to the table, what they bring in terms of writing and dialogue. Part of me wishes that we do get to see the darker side of streaming or content creation, because obviously there are a lot of things that streamers have to deal with, especially the parasocial relationship, which I thought we were going to see with Canari and her fans, but we didn't. I feel like it could have made for some deeper storytelling, and also it could have actually, I don't want to say teach the community a lesson because that sounds too harsh, but if a crazy or weird scenario was made, maybe it could reflect to the people playing the game and people would understand, hey, these are just people too in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Because streamers have to go through a lot. I wouldn't consider myself a streamer. I'm not talking about myself here. But people who put themselves out there who are celebrities in one way or another, especially now internet celebrities, they go through things. And I think a little side story or, you know, just something to show the other side of things could really help in just conveying a message to the people playing the game. I do like depth to my characters and stories, so something I would just maybe like to see in a future title if they continue to do this. And to be honest, they might, because let's be honest, these three are mainly popular because they're attractive, and so they'll probably continue the trope of an attractive streamer character going forward. And more than just attractive streamer characters, if you've noticed, Kalos and Galar had a lot of good looking characters. Kalos and Galar have aesthetics as a focal point of the region and their games, whereas Paldea and Hisui didn't. But in Paldea and Hisui, who are the standout characters? For Legends Arceus, I would argue it's Adam and Irida, who are also considered attractive or well designed by the community. And for Paldea, it was Iono. Paldea especially is really bad in this because it was considered sauceless, alright? Let's be real. No one liked the designs of anybody in Scarlet and Violet, especially all the students, because they had the exact same drip, and it wasn't even that great. It was terrible, rather. And all the gym leaders, they're kind of forgettable, except like maybe Grisham and Iono. Larry too, of course, but that's just because everyone loves Larry. But anyways, my point is, when you look at a game like Legends ZA, where all the characters are well designed and their personalities stand out and match the design and everything, it's just, you have a popular roster and people are going to be talking about these characters for a very long time. Yes, once again, Canari will be talked about the most probably, but it doesn't take away from Corbeau or Ivor or Gwen or anybody. They're gonna be talked about, or Jacinthe. I hate Jacinthe, but she's a great character. Her design is peak, her theme is so peak, it's one of the best themes I've ever heard in Pokemon, period. And also, her character, while I don't like it, is actually really good because she's just selfish to the core, and that's a great change from anything in Pokemon. These characters were so well designed. I know I've only been talking about the streamers, but really, man, like Legends CA had phenomenal characters, phenomenal. They were so funny, so well written, so well designed. They even have good music. Like Legends CA killed it in terms of aesthetics, killed it in terms of writing. Everything. Story, the main story is a different topic in terms of writing, okay? That's a side thing. But these guys and their stories and their writing, their characters, phenomenal. And so I do think Pokemon needs to lean more into this and making well-designed characters, because I guarantee you people will be talking about these guys for a long time, and that will help in the overall promotion and marketing of these games and the overall favoritism and lifespan of Legend ZA. Because when people talk about it forever, that's like when you know it left an impression. And for many people, I feel like that impression hasn't been there since Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. But with this game, I think it's turning around, and a big part of the reason is because of the characters.